What if I told you that one of the most powerful men in tech, one who helped shape the digital world you scroll through daily, started it all from a college dorm room? Before the memes, before the scandals, before the billions, there was just a quiet kid with a knack for code and a vision to connect the world. He wasn't trying to be famous. He wasn't trying to be a billionaire. He was just building, relentlessly, obsessively. And whether you see him as a genius innovator or a digital puppet master, one thing is clear: you can't talk about the internet without talking about Mark Zuckerberg. From the birth of Facebook to the rise of Meta, from legal showdowns to congressional hearings, this is more than just a tech story. It's a story about ambition, disruption, and the unintended consequences of global influence. So plug in, sit back, and join us as we explore the complicated, controversial, and utterly fascinating rise of one of the most influential figures of the 21st century. The young coder. Mark Elliott Zuckerberg was born on May 14, 1984, in White Plains, New York. From a young age, he wasn't just smart, he was different. At 12, while most kids were playing video games, Mark was making them. He built a messaging app for his family called Zucknet, before instant messaging even hit the mainstream. His parents hired a software developer to tutor him, who quickly realized Mark was already ahead. By the time he hit high school, he was coding games, building apps, and even turning down job offers from Microsoft and AOL. But Mark wasn't interested in working for a tech company. He wanted to build one. Harvard and a little site called Facemash. In 2002, Mark enrolled at Harvard. He didn't waste time. He built a music platform called Synapse that gained attention. But one late night in 2003 changed everything. Fueled by frustration, Red Bull, and a little too much free time, Mark hacked into the Harvard database and created Facemash, a website where students could rate the attractiveness of their peers. It went viral overnight and crashed Harvard's servers. The school was not amused. Mark faced disciplinary action, but more importantly, he got a taste of what it felt like to launch something that everyone was talking about. He had struck a nerve. The birth of Facebook. In 2004, Mark teamed up with his roommates, Dustin Moskovitz, Eduardo Saverin, Chris Hughes, and Andrew McCullum, and launched the Facebook. At first, it was just for Harvard students, but within weeks, it spread like wildfire. Other Ivy League schools, then universities across the country, then high schools, then the world. By the end of 2004, Facebook had over 1 million users. Silicon Valley came knocking, and Mark, he dropped out of Harvard at 19. He moved to Palo Alto, rented a house with his team, and set his sights on changing the internet forever. The rise and the lawsuits. Success brought money, fame, power, and drama. In 2004, the Winklevoss twins sued Zuckerberg, claiming he stole the idea for Facebook from their project, Connect You. It turned into a messy legal battle that ended in a multi-million-dollar settlement and inspired the movie The Social Network. Mark's portrayal in the film? Cold, calculating, socially awkward. He didn't love it, but he also didn't let it slow him down. Facebook continued to grow, adding features like news feed, status updates, photos, and eventually ads. Lots and lots of ads. Billionaire by 23. By 2008, Facebook had over 100 million users. In 2010, Time magazine named Mark Person of the Year. That same year, he became one of the youngest self-made billionaires in history. But here's the thing, Mark wasn't chasing cash. He turned down billion-dollar buyout offers from companies like Yahoo and Microsoft. Why? Because he believed in the mission, to make the world more open and connected. And because deep down, he knew Facebook wasn't just a social network. It was becoming the internet for millions of people. Buying the future. Zuckerberg isn't just a builder, he's a buyer. In 2012, Facebook bought Instagram for $1 billion. At the time, Instagram was a tiny startup with 13 employees. People thought Zuck overpaid. They were wrong. Today, Instagram is a cornerstone of Facebook's empire. Then came WhatsApp, bought in 2014 for a staggering $19 billion. Again, critics scoffed. Again, Zuck played the long game. He also snapped up Oculus to bet big on virtual reality. Suddenly, Facebook wasn't just a social network, it was a digital empire. The dark side of power. But with great power comes, you guessed it, controversy. Facebook has been accused of everything from invading privacy to spreading fake news. The 2016 US election put the company under intense scrutiny. Russian interference, Cambridge Analytica, algorithmic echo chambers. The like button turned into a weapon of influence. Zuckerberg was hauled in front of Congress. Senators grilled him on data privacy, misinformation, and monopolistic behavior. He sat there, stoic, robotic, sipping water like a glitchy NPC, and defended Facebook's mission. But behind the scenes, even he admitted mistakes had been made. Reinventing Facebook and himself. Post-scandal, Zuckerberg pivoted. He shifted Facebook's focus to groups, private messaging, and meaningful connections. He launched initiatives to fight fake news and improve moderation. But critics argued it was too little too late. In 2021, he did something bold. He rebranded Facebook's parent company to Meta, signaling a shift toward the metaverse, a futuristic digital world where people work, play, and socialize in 3D spaces. Many rolled their eyes. Some cheered. But Zuck? He was already building it. The man behind the screen. Mark Zuckerberg has always been hard to read. He's not a flashy billionaire. He doesn't throw wild parties or chase headlines. He wears the same gray shirt every day to avoid decision fatigue. He's introverted, awkward, precise. But beneath the quiet exterior is a ruthless competitor and a visionary thinker. He's been underestimated his whole life, and yet here he is running a company that shapes billions of lives. He married Priscilla Chan, his longtime girlfriend, in a low-key backyard wedding. They have kids. They've pledged to give away most of their fortune through the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. Say what you will, Mark's legacy won't just be lines of code. It'll be classrooms, hospitals, and research that lasts beyond likes and shares. Mark Zuckerberg's story is still unfolding, and whether he ends up remembered as a visionary or a villain will depend on how the next chapters play out. But no matter where you stand on the Zuckmeter, one thing's for sure, he changed the world. He reshaped how we connect, how we communicate, how we consume information. And he did it before most of us had even picked a college major. From a hack-together student project to a digital empire that spans the globe, Facebook and now Meta continues to influence billions of lives every single day. But power has its price. And as Mark faces the future, virtual worlds, artificial intelligence, and the ever-watchful public eye, the question isn't just what's next. It's who will he become next? If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next chapter in our series on the icons shaping the world. And let us know in the comments, is Mark Zuckerberg a misunderstood innovator or a modern-day tech overlord? Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.